We could do a channel on St. Louis all by itself, but we don't because St. Louis is too easy. There's too much black criminality there, black crime, black on white violence, way too many officials ignoring, denying, condoning, excusing, encouraging, and even lying about it. But even so, every once in a while, a few things rise to the top in St. Louis, and now I face this conundrum. What's worse? 15 to 20 black people beating up a young white couple who are coming to the aid of a young girl they were assaulting and harassing? Or a bunch of black people beating an autistic kid on a train, on their metro link? I guess we'll just have to flip a coin.
A man with autism is beaten and robbed at a Metrolink station, and now police are looking for his attackers. News Channel 5's Christina Coleman is live at the Del Mar Loop stop where the attack happened.
Well, Mike, the victim says that he was on the Metro when somebody swiped his phone. He says he chased after the suspect, and that's when he was attacked at the top of these stairs, and now he has a fractured ankle.
It didn't matter that Jason Charney has worked hard his whole life to overcome the developmental delays he has from autism. It didn't matter that the 33-year-old was going to start his very first job this week. He was still attacked and robbed at a Metrolink stop.
This was something they hadn't expected. I mean, I was just on my way home.
Police released these surveillance images of the suspects. The attack happened around 9:30 Tuesday night. Jason's mom was devastated when she learned the thieves stomped on her son's leg, leaving him with a fractured ankle.
It's hard. He can't really walk. He can't put any weight on it, and he's scheduled to have surgery on it.
A spokesperson for Metrolink says a security guard was patrolling another area of the Metrolink at the time, and that another Metro public safety officer was on scene in 5 minutes. Jason says he's just grateful he's still alive.
It was as if nobody was there to watch out for anyone.
For him to have to go through this, just riding on the Metrolink on his way home, minding his own business, and have to be kicked, stomped, and beaten is not okay.
Metrolink released a statement saying in part that they are not immune to crime, but that safety is their top priority.
Tonight, the dad of one of the victims attacked and beaten by a mob in their South City neighborhood is talking only to News 4.
This comes just days after police say the couple was trying to help their teenage neighbor being harassed, and the couple ended up taking the hit. News 4's Justin Andrews has the father's exclusive interview.
He don't understand why he had to take such a beating for trying to help somebody.
Jim Ludwig talked with us seconds after visiting his son, who is still recovering in the hospital.
I'm sure he's going to be left with some emotional scars. You know, it's something to think about because it's a severe beating he took.
He says his son has swelling and bleeding of the brain. It was here in South City along Virginia Avenue where police say at least 15 people attacked Ludwig's son and girlfriend. All the couple was trying to do was help a neighbor being harassed.
Undue stress, a lot of undue stress. It kind of turns your world upside down.
The suspects apparently got aggravated and began beating Ludwig's son and girlfriend with a tree limb, according to police. We spotted several shattered flower pots where police say this attack all went down. An attack rocking this family.
How precious life is, and it can be taken away from you in a matter of moments by animals.
Meanwhile, neighbors like Monica Jackson remain on high alert.
It's madness. There's no sense in it. Just no sense.
In South City, Justin Andrews, News 4.
Ludwig says his son remains in the trauma unit and his recovery is day to day.
If you live in St. Louis, you've already made your deal. You've made your deal. You will ignore and deny and condone, excuse, encourage all this black criminality. You're just going to hope it doesn't hit you or your family. So you're living in denial, deceit, delusion. You've elected people who are taking whatever you think and taking it to the next level. So if you're still in St. Louis and you're not down with all that, you better get the hell out of there, because the people who run St. Louis, remember a little town called Ferguson? Remember how everybody on the St. Louis City Council was and all the elected officials in St. Louis? Do you remember how they were down with the cause? So if your family gets hurt, if your daughter gets hurt, if your son gets hurt, if your autistic child gets hurt, you know what? We have an enormous amount of videos of black on handicap violence, and you live in St. Louis, at some point we have to say, are you a victim of this violence? Or did you just volunteer for it when you signed up for doing everything you can to not make the black kids angry?